Now we have a photo behind you of Jane holding a chicken.
That particular chicken is no longer with us. We got a little chicken coop and you kind of move it around the yard, fertilizes the grass, and it's also free eggs, which I love as well.
Cleveland was just picked as the site for the 2016 Republican Convention. You keep saying the new Cleveland. Do tell.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we're really pumped up about this. This is going to be great for Cleveland. In the heartland, in Ohio, which is the swingiest of swing states. Cleveland's doing a lot right now. They've probably invested $5 or $6 billion in the last 4 or 5 years on neighborhoods, on facilities, on new hotels, on great venues for the convention.
Senator, you were there from ages 3 to 5, so that clearly makes you an expert on the nightlife. What should we do for fun in Cleveland?
There's a few neighborhoods that I love. As you know, I'm a beer drinker, so in what's called Ohio City, there's a great brewery called Great Lakes Brewery, and they've got
Michael
a
was
pub.
Pushing that earlier.
One of the beers is called Burning River, in reference to Randy Newman's famous song about Cleveland. And
the old Cleveland.
The old Cleveland. That's the old Cleveland when the Cuyahoga River caught fire. That won't happen, trust me.
Senator, there was a burst of attention when you said you were supportive of gay marriage. I wonder since then, what's the most encouraging sort of unplanned encounter or thing that someone has said to you or shared with you since you made that announcement?
It actually happens all the time. I mean, a week does not go by when somebody doesn't come up to me and say something. Sometimes people disagree with me, and that's fine. I respect their point of view. But for the most part, it's people who come up to me and say, that my willingness to talk about this has been helpful to them and to their families. More and more people, because like me, they had a family member or a friend or a colleague who was gay, come to understand that this is not a choice. This is who people are, and that we should respect people for who they are.
What are the chances at this point that Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell will become Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell?
I think it's pretty good. I don't like to overpromise because I think the Republican Party did that the last 2 cycles. But look, I think the math, meaning that there are more Democrats up for re-election than Republicans, the map, meaning that there's only one Republican up in a blue state, and that's Susan Collins, who's doing great. And then finally, the mood of the country. People are discouraged. We as Republicans are going to have our hands full should we get the majority, and we're going to have to work very hard to come up with sensible, sound policy proposals that affect people's future, their families, their ability to get a job, and to have good pay. If we do that, I think we'll be fine as a party in 2016.
And as we say goodbye, coming up this summer, you have a 100-mile ride that you've done before?
I have, yeah.
And who will have a better time in the Pelotonia? Senator Portman, Mike Hayden, or Nick Butterfield?
If history is any guide, I'm likely to beat those two.